Hey everyone, Sam from United People's TV. As you can see, here with Robbie from ArsenalFanTV, here to chat about United against Arsenal. This is the programme from last year. It's mad how much has changed. I was just reading the back of this before. I'm going to read it out again to you, right? This is our squad going into this Arsenal game last year. We had De Gea, Lindegaard, Valdez and Amos. 3 of them are gone. We had Raphael, Shaw, Jones, Rojo, Evans, Smalling, McNair, Thorpe and Blackett. Raphael's gone. Evans has gone. Thorpe's gone. Blackett has disappeared on loan. Midfield is mainly the same, but obviously no Di Maria. And up front we had Falcao, Rooney, Van Persie and Wilson. And none of them are going to play against you.
Wow.
So that shows how much has changed in literally what? It's about... We played you in May in this game and now it's February, so it's like 10 months.
Wow, and I must say, there's some players there, Rooney, Di Maria. I think Di Maria played pretty well against us. But didn't he get sent off? Or was that the home game? I can't remember. But, you know, definitely big names there. And, yeah, I mean, you've got a lot of injuries at the moment. Something that we've gone
The list
through
of our injuries is even longer than that.
But I've heard many a Man United fan over the years say to us at Arsenal, stop whinging about injuries. So.
No, I'm not whinging, man. I'm not whinging. I'm just merely pointing out how many, I think...
It's a lot. It is
the crucial one for us against you is whether De Gea comes back or not.
Yeah.
Because you're going to get chances. Arsenal always make chances. Whether you take them or not is different. But I don't really trust Romero to keep you out for 90 minutes. I don't think he's got that in him.
I hope not.
I'm sure you do. I'm sure you do. I mean, if you look at our back five that started against Midtjylland, we had Romero in goal, backup goalkeeper, Joe Riley making his debut at left back, Varela making his third start at right back, and we had Carrick and Blind at centre backs, 2 midfielders. That was our back five.
Wow.
If you've got that up against Sanchez, Ozil, Walcott, is Walcott injured? I don't know about your injuries anymore.
No, Walcott's fit.
Yeah, Oxlade-Chamberlain's
Chamberlain's out, yeah.
What is your team news ahead of the game?
Well, Oxlade-Chamberlain's out, and we know about the others, Wilshere, Santi, Cazzola's out, Rosicky. But apart from that, more or less we've got a full squad. Francis Coquelin is back, who I think will be really important for us in that game. Ozil's fit. Welbeck. Now, that's the interesting one, because... I was sort of read comments from Arsene Wenger where he's saying that we still got to ease Welbeck back, which I'm a bit disappointed about, because when he came on against Barcelona the other night, he looked really sharp. He of course got that massive goal for us against Leicester.
Yeah.
You could see that he's really chomping at the bit, and I was kind of hoping that he'd be the guy starting. I would actually start with.
Do you not
Welbeck.
think he will start then?
I don't know. Just those comments that I read, maybe he might be come off the bench. Which I'd rather him start, because he just looks very sharp at the moment. And, you know, he'll be going back to Man United. And
he's always going to be up for that.
He's going to want, you know, again, he scored that massive goal against you guys in the FA Cup last year. And I just feel that he'll want to prove a point to Van Gaal. You know, I've interviewed him before.
He's already proved that point.
He has nothing against Manchester United Football Club. He obviously is from Manchester, and he's, you know, but I could sense in him the Van Gaal thing. He doesn't.
He doesn't get on with that.
He would like to prove a point every time he goes up against Van Gaal, because Van Gaal got rid of it.
At the time, we had a decision to make.
Bad decision.
No, what? Yeah, in the power of hindsight, bad decision. But we had Falcao and Welbeck didn't want to be second striker behind Rooney. Falcao was happy to do that because of where he's come with injuries, and Van Gaal let Welbeck leave. I think it was the right decision at that time. Looking back at it, maybe not.
I think it's the comments, though, isn't it? It's the comments that when he left, some of the comments that Van Gaal made, almost to suggest that, you know, he weren't all that.
Yeah, it was a little bit. There was a couple of little bit snide things.
Yeah, so I think it's that. I mean, I think players realise sometimes if you bring in a big superstar player, maybe you know your role might be limited. But it was the comments that he made, I think, that really peed him off. And you know, he went there last year and proved a point. Let's hope he can go there again and prove a point.
This year, you haven't got Antonio Valencia giving him a knife and a fork and a dinner plate and saying, you know what, Welbeck, just go and score. You know, I actually can't be bothered to defend anymore.
What was them kids' names you named that?
Oh, we've got Riley, Varela, you got Marcus Rashford. I mean, if you're looking at
he done all right the other night, that Rashford geezer.
That was one of my favourite moments of the season. It's like you can take all your big money signings, but nothing beats seeing an academy player taking centre stage.
Will he play against us, you reckon?
It all depends on Martial. He went off, he was injured in the warm-up before Midtjylland at home on Thursday. Just kind of like felt his hamstring and took it upon himself, saying, you know what, I'm not taking a risk. So it was more precautionary than anything. He didn't start, but he's like played 85 to 90% of our minutes this season, and he's 20. No wonder his hamstring is now getting a bit tight. It's the risk you take with having a small
Listen,
squad.
he'll be a danger if he plays. Obviously, with his pace, I was quite impressed with Memphis Depay the other night.
The Memphis show, that was...
Finally came to the party. However, the only thing I would like to
There's always a
point
but
out,
with you, Robbie. There's always a but.
we are not Midtjylland,
Yeah,
or
no.
Midtjylland, or whatever they're called. We're not them. It's going to be a totally different game. The way in which I saw, I mean, to be fair to Depay, some of the skills he did in that game are amazing.
Yeah,
Especially
they're outrageous.
he made that right back or left back, whatever position he was playing, look terrible. But he's going to be up against Bellerin, up against Monreal. I think them two.
I think he'll probably be facing Bellerin because he played down the left.
Yeah, so he'll be up against Bellerin, who's been outstanding this season. I thought was very, very good the other night against Barcelona. Didn't deserve to be on a losing team the way he played. So it'll be a different proposition. I don't think he'll be doing all those nutmegs and stuff like that on Bellerin.
He might try it. He might try it.
He might try it.
How are Arsenal coming into the game? As if, you confident you can come and get another result, or is it 50-50?
I think we've got to be confident. I mean, obviously we had that loss against Barcelona, which is going to knock the guys a bit. But I think they've got to put that to one side and just say to themselves, you know what, that's the best team in the world you just played there. And you know what, and you didn't get embarrassed, right? This is what we really have a great chance of winning is the league this season. If we're being honest, right, Manchester United are there for the taking. They're not having a good season. Teams have come. Norwich beat you at home. Southampton beat you. Why can't we go there and get... I'm not being disrespectful.
I know you're not. Just
why
don't like hearing it.
Yeah, I know. And do you know what? It's amazing saying it because this used to be like... This was the game, but...
I do miss that.
I really don't know what's happened to United. I can't put my finger on it. What's happened to United?
Well, everybody knew that this was going to happen when Fergie left. I don't think anyone realised.
Yeah, but on this Fergie
scale.
left, and you think to yourself, yeah, it's going to be a dip, but not to the extent that
no one expected this.
And it's just been amazing, and it does worry me. I think to myself, when Wenger leaves Arsenal, if we don't get that right, you could see a similar thing with us as well. Apart from we wouldn't be spending as much money, so it could even be worse. So, it is a worrying thing when you see that. It just shows that, how big both of those managers were. I mean, they're mega managers. And
they're the sort of managers of an old school generation that probably won't happen again in football. I don't see managers staying around for 2-3 decades anymore.
No.
Not in the modern game. But I'll put you on the line. What's your prediction for Sunday?
I'm going to go... If Martial's playing, I think it'd be a 2-1 to Arsenal.
Yeah.
If Martial's not playing, I find it difficult to see where your goal's going to come from. Then I'd go 2-0 to Arsenal. I think we need this. We got Tottenham coming up straight after.
Yeah.
We've got Swansea, then Tottenham. Massive games, right? And how I look at the two games, the Man United and the Tottenham games, if we can get 4 points, I feel, out of those two games, that'd be great. But it's going to be very hard to go to Tottenham and beat them. They've been playing very well. I think if I was looking at it, I'd be like, the place where we've got to get 3 points is against Manchester United. And, we haven't done too badly there recently.
No, your last few games is... for me, United playing Arsenal, I always looked at Arsenal and go, we can beat Arsenal. I was always really confident going into a game that we could just do it. It just seems that we could always pull the result out against you. Even Moyes, I think we beat you, and then we drew, and then we drew in the other game. Yeah. And that was under Moyes, and things were pretty bad at that time. Now is different. That 3-0 against Arsenal was the sort of the cliff edge for Van Gaal. Ever since then, he headed into December, lost 4 games in a bounce. That was when momentum really started switching against him. Darmian got embarrassed by Sanchez going into that. I mean, you did a video before that, and I said, Darmian's been brilliant this season. Then he goes and does that. Yeah. He won't play.
He's out as well, isn't he?
All our injuries have played United this season, but there's no point complaining because that 5-1 against Midtjylland was basically our under-21s team. Yes, it was only Midtjylland, but they beat us 2-1 in Denmark. And
Yeah, no, it was a good result.
And we're 1-0 up on the night. So the players should be confident there, especially Memphis. Yeah, he's a player with an ego. He's that sort of player that needs confidence. And if he's got that going into the Arsenal game, that's an asset for us. You know, I think I'm pretty much agreeing with you that if Martial's playing, it will be 2-1 to United. But if he doesn't play, we are going to find it hard to... just don't see where we're going to create chances because...
So if he doesn't play, what then? What's the score?
If he doesn't play, it's going to be... I'm going to go for a draw. I'm going for a draw. I'm going for a score draw. I'm not giving you no winner. This is my preview. Come on.
Okay, it's all good.
That's it. It's all good. I mean, it's not the Arsenal United of old by any chance, but Arsenal haven't got a chance of winning the league, and I'd love to piss on your bonfire a bit. And I genuinely think we can because it's United against Arsenal. Yes, we had Welbeck in the FA Cup. Yes, that humiliation happened early in the season, but we've got to be confident after the last couple of games. A little bit. 8 goals in 2 games. Yes, against pub team opposition, but... Shrewsbury
and Midtjylland.
It's better than nothing, eh? You can only beat the teams who are in front of you, and hopefully we beat Arsenal on Sunday.
It's a different one in front of you.
Yeah, it is a different one. Let me know in the comments below what your predictions are. Do you think Arsenal will win, or can United at least put a dent in your title campaign? That would be nice. Obviously, get everything. You get your comments below. Drop a like on the video and subscribe to United People's TV if you're new. And we'll be at Old Trafford on Sunday, hopefully, after a win. Take it easy, Reds.
Come on, United!